What's up, YouTube? I'm Anthony Cruz. I'm an actor, I'm a fighter, and I've been flipping cars lately. I've been flipping motorcycles and cars for a couple years now, mostly motorcycles. And I don't know, flipping things seems pretty cool, right? So I'm here to give you a little bit of a guide into getting started on flipping cars or motorcycles. Now, you got to stick to your niche. That's what I always tell everybody. Stick to your niche on this, right? If you like motorcycles, start flipping some motorcycles first. Maybe start with some Harleys. You like Harleys, some sport bikes. The reason is if you're getting one at an auction or Facebook Marketplace, or you're getting into the flip, or maybe you have one already, you know the product already, right? You know it. So if I go to an auction yard, like for me, I love motorcycles, Harleys, sport bikes, all that. So when I go to the auction yard and I see them, I look over them, I check them out, and I know what they're gonna sell for. I know when they're hot, when they're not, and all that shit, right? So you know it, right? And if you're a sports car kind of guy, or you like the luxury stuff, or whatever your niche is, that's what I recommend sticking to. It's a good idea to have a little bit of a mechanical background. I mean, you don't need to be a master mechanic, but having a little bit of wrenching knowledge, basic know-how, is going to go a long way. Unless you have a team, if you have yourself a good mechanic, or a friend or a spouse or somebody who's mechanically inclined, then you're going to be just fine. But when you're going to these auctions in Facebook marketplaces and you're trying to find that deal, there's usually probably going to be a problem or two, and you need to know how to diagnose it. You need to know if it's going to be a big problem. You need to know what it's going to cost you, because this is going to end up averaging out into your profits. Now, I live in San Diego, and we have quite a bit of auctions around here. There is a few of them that I do like, and I can refer and recommend. They're down by the border. There's also a lot of them around here that do require a dealer's license. I do not have a dealer's license at this time. I like to do this just for fun and on the side making a little bit of money, but in the future I will be getting into the dealer's license. There's two of them. There's the wholesale license, and then there's one with having a lot and a physical property and all that. So one of those might be something that you're into as well. But having a good team, you need to have yourself a little bit of a team. Either you're a mechanic or you got a mechanic. You need to have a body work person. It's good to have AAA in case, you get a vehicle and it breaks down on you. You can get it towed to where you need. And one thing I want to mention also, when you get in these cars, you have to register them within 10 days so you're not title flipping and all that stuff. If you end up getting the dealer's license, whether wholesale or the physical lot one, it will allow it so you don't have to register your car. If you go buy this car at the auction, you can drive it around on the dealer's plates without needing to register it. It will be up to the person who buys it to register it themselves. So that might be something that you want to look at. Now, when you get to these auction yards, a lot of them, they're going to require a deposit, and you got to go to the day before the auction and you can check out the cars. I'm going to recommend bringing an OBD2 scanner, bringing a little magnifying, a little mirror to look under the car. If it's muddy and dirty and you don't want to be getting on the ground to look at the undercarriage, get yourself one of the long little mirrors so you can look under that, make sure there's no rust or, missing catalytic converters or something along the lines of that. You're going to want to check the exterior. You're going to want to look at that car, look any bumps, dings, scratches, panels not aligning right. Are there any weird looking gaps? Any breaks in the glass or anything? If the exterior looks great, you're going to look into the interior. Is the dash cracked? Is everything working to your knowledge of electric seats, all the electric power stuff working? The radio, the AC is very important. Make sure the AC and the heat are working. The turn signals, check all that, and just look at the overall layout of the interior and make sure it's relatively decent. If it's something you can clean and shampoo yourself, then fine, no problem. When everything checks out, start that baby up. And for me, I usually do the engine first. I'm making sure that this thing even runs and is worth it before I start looking at everything else, right? Obviously the exterior is going to pull you in, like, wow, this is a beautiful looking car. And then you're getting in it and you're looking at the engine. But anyways, start that baby up. If it doesn't start, make sure you bring that battery jumper. Bring your jumper A lot of these cars been sitting, they're gonna need a jump. So jump that shit up, let it look, listen to the sound, check the oil, check the automatic transmission fluid, check that power steering fluid, let the car run, get back inside. Start turning all the way to the left, let it lock out, turn all to the right, let it lock out. Make sure you're not hearing any weird grinding noises, make sure that that's all up to par. Most auctions allow you not to test drive, but I'll put it in reverse and just make sure that it goes into gear, and I'll just give it a little roll back real quick just to make sure that it engages. Then I put it in neutral, give it a little bit of revs, feel the engine disconnect, go to drive, same thing, feel the engine connect with the transmission, let it move forward just a tiny bit. When all that checks out, let it idle a little bit more, give it a little bit of gas, let it run through the revs a little bit, and I listen for any kind of ticking or weird sounds that shouldn't be there. When all is said and done, sounds like a good car, right? You got the engine checked out, you got the interior checked out, you got the exterior checked out. Titles, either has a clean title, salvage title, rebuilt title, a lien sale. I preferably only go for clean titles myself. Like, there's times with motorcycles and whatnot, salvage titles I'll do because, you know, if a motorcycle is in perfect condition but somebody tried to steal it, that's, you know, the theft ain't a big deal, but a lot of places it's a salvage just from theft. So if you find those are really good ones, you know, because usually the engine's still good. And again, you got to run through that just to make sure somebody didn't joyride the shit out of these things. But, you know, a lot of the times a theft salvage can be a good find. Other than that, though, if it's been wrecked and it's a rebuilt, I'll leave it up to you, you know. Sorry about that. And once you have all these things down, you're checking out the title. You got clean titles, the salvage titles. I buy cars that have clean title and the tags have another month to however long, right? It's a good thing for the buyer, you know. When you know, let's get into where I sell. Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. Those are great. I love those. You know, usually I get the cars, motorcycles sold within a week or two max on those. So if I'm on these and you know, I'm throwing everything up there, people want to see that it has tags. They want cars that are just ready to go, right? So the best cars you're going to get, make sure they run, make sure they're good, make sure the title's clean, make sure the tags have a few months on them, they're pretty good condition. That way you can get that car, go and clean it up, put 20-30 bucks into it, you know, a little bit of gas, a little bit of a wash, fix a couple things here and there, and immediately flip it. Put it on Facebook Marketplace, put it on OfferUp, immediately flip it. It's running, it's good. Literally, as soon as I get it from the auction, sometimes I will go and put that car right on Facebook Marketplace, and while it is doing its thing and building an algorithm and all that, I am washing it and I'm getting it ready to go. That way I can flip on to the next. But that's a little bit just to get it started. That's just a little basic, you know. Find an auction, find some good cars, make sure the titles are clean, something you can get in and out. If it's duplicate title stuff, you're gonna end up sitting on that car for a little while, only because you have to wait for the title. You're gonna have to fill out the information, you're gonna have to wait to get the duplicate title, and that's gonna take a while. And if you get a clean title car, like I said, you can get that car and immediately just start flipping it. Just put it right up there. You know, you can go and transfer your title, whatever you want to do, but that is quick and it's easy. You're not going to be sitting on a car for a week or two waiting for a title to come in. So get those clean title cars that are running, they're reliable, they got a clean title, and tags good to go. Auctions, Facebook Marketplace, there's always a deal going down, everybody. So stay on the lookout. And this is a good way to make a little extra money. Eventually, you might find yourself catching a bug and getting addicted, because it is kind of addicting. And you might end up finding yourself one day with the dealership. You never know.